Hi, in this video, we'll walk through on how to set up Ubuntu Desktop using VMware ESXi. Firstly, let's head over to Google like so, and let's go to the Ubuntu website, which is ubuntu.com. Next, we'll click on this URL which says https ubuntu.com like so. Then, let's click on download Ubuntu. And here we have a few options: desktop, server, Raspberry Pi. However, we want to download a desktop ISO image. Simply select desktop and then select download Ubuntu desktop like so. Once you click on this, the latest LTS version will automatically appear, allowing you to save it on your computer. If it don't appear, simply select this download button like so. And there you go. We can simply download the ISO image. As you have noticed, I have the image already downloaded prior to this video, so I'll simply click on cancel. Next, if you have VMware ESXi, simply log in, click on storage, select your data store, which is your storage drive, select data store browser, and you can simply click on upload and select the ISO image that you have downloaded. Once you have selected the ISO image and click on open, it will take a couple of minutes and be uploaded into your data store. If you look closely, I have a subfolder which is called ISO images, and inside here, I have a few ISO images already. Now, to get started, we can simply click on virtual machines like so. To create a virtual machine, let's simply select this option that says create register VM. Let's use the default option, create a new virtual machine like so, and click on next. Here, we can name the virtual machine, select the capability type, select the guest OS family, and even select the guest OS version. So I'm going to call mine's Ubuntu Desktop like so. I'm going to select the OS family as Linux and the OS version as Ubuntu 64-bit. Great. Going to click on next. Going to click on next once more. And here, I can allocate my computing resources to this virtual machine. For the memory, I'm going to use 4 gigs of RAM. For the CPU, going to leave this as 2, going to expand, and let's say 2 cores per socket. Great. Going to enable these virtualization features. For the network adapter, I have a virtual switch that that allows us to connect our virtual machines to the direct physical network. And that virtual switch is actually called VM network like so. So we're going to set it as that and leave it as connected. And to logically load the ISO image into the, let's say, CD DVD drive, I'm going to select this option here. Going to select data store ISO file. Going to select my ISO images folder, and then I'm going to select the Ubuntu Desktop ISO file. Going to click on select. Next. Now we can review our configurations. Once everything seems fine, we can click on finish. And here you can see the virtual machine is automatically added, but that's just the virtual environment. We do need to install the actual ISO image, which is Ubuntu Desktop, into the virtual machine. So I'm going to click this virtual machine like so, and then I'm going to click on power on. Next, I'm going to click on this black window to maximize this view. And now I can click inside of this window, use my keyboard and even my mouse to select the various settings. I'm going to use option try or install Ubuntu like so. And this will load up a live interface of Ubuntu Desktop, giving us the option to either try Ubuntu as is or even perform the installation. So we'll give this a few moments for the live desktop to load, then it will prompt us on whether we want to perform the installation. Great. So the desktop seems to be partially loaded. I'll just click on this icon that says install Ubuntu. And now we should get the installation wizard. Here, I'm going to select my language, going to use English as default. Going to leave this as default and select next. Going to use the default keyboard layout and select next. Going to use this default option as well. And do I want to update the available installer? Nah. Going to click on skip. Here, I'm going to use the option to install Ubuntu. Going to use the interactive installation. Going to use the default selection option. Click on next. And I'm going to use these options to download third-party software for the graphics and Wi-Fi hardware, just in case I may need them in future. And I'm also going to use this option that says download and install support for additional media format, just in case I have any sort of media on this virtual machine in future. Going to select next. Now it's asking for a little bit of confirmation. Do you want to install Ubuntu? Of course. Therefore, we need to erase the disk and install the Ubuntu operating system. I'm going to click on next, and I'm going to create my account details. I'm going to set my name. I'm going to create a name for this virtual machine. Set my username and my password. I'm going to select my time zone and click on next. And now we click on install. The installation should take a couple of minutes. Once it's finished, we should have our desktop ready. Great. So the installation is completed. Let's click on restart now, like so. And this is going to restart the virtual machine and actually boot from the virtual hard disk rather than booting from the ISO image. I'm going to click inside the interface like so and hit enter, because VMware ESXi will automatically eject the ISO image from the virtual disk drives. And here we go, we have the logon screen. Let's log in. And now we have a full desktop experience using Ubuntu Desktop. I can simply open the web browser like so. And let's head over to google.com. And as you can see, we have internet connectivity. To power down a Linux virtual machine, you can simply click on the power button, which is on the top right hand corner like so. And for fun, let's turn on dark mode. Great. Now let's power down our virtual machine. A good practice when working with virtual machines is to always create a snapshot before doing any sort of major changes. So while I've noticed virtual machine is working fine, I'm going to click on Actions, going to click on Snapshot, going to click on Take Snapshot. I'm going to create a name for the snapshot, which is Clean Installation like so. And I'm going to click on Take Snapshot. So now, if I make any changes from this point forward, and let's say the changes happen to break something, I can simply revert to this point in time by simply clicking on Actions, Snapshot. I can click on Restore Snapshot, or I can even click on Manage Snapshots and see which snapshots I have available and the point in time it was created. Great. Having completed this video, you have learned how to install Ubuntu Desktop in a Type 1 hypervisor. I hope this video has been informative for you, and I will see you in the next one.